Let me show you how to easily make a simple skirt without sewing patterns. So if you want to see how, then keep on watching. For today's sewing project, I decided to create a skirt with a yoke. I never made this style before, so today I'm going to try it out. I am using a pencil skirt to create the yoke, so I just fold it in half and I'm going to trace around the upper part. I wanted the yoke to be 5 inches in width and I'm going to curve it on the center fold. So the center fold is only 3 inches. Then I added 1/2 inch seam allowance on the waistline, the side seam, I also marked the center fold top and bottom. Then I am going to trace it to create the facing. Now these are ready, I will set them aside and it's time to work on the skirt panels. For the skirt panel, I simply fold the fabric in half and it is 45 in width. Then I place the yoke about 8 inches away from the center fold. Then I just trace the side seam to my desired length. If you want a full skirt, just increase the amount of fabric. For example, I added 8 inches here, but you can add up to 15 inches. It's totally up to you. Then I mark the hem lines where I want it to be. I'm following the curve of the yoke. And then I cut out the panel and I will use this piece to create the back skirt. If you want the zipper at the back, you will cut the back skirt panel in half. For today, I decided to put the zipper on the side seam. Hence, I only needed 2 panels. By the way, this fabric that I'm using is a vintage cotton fabric that I got at the thrift store for $2 and I have 10 yards of them. I had been sewing a bunch of garments. I made a dress, a crop top, and a pair of pajama pants. I also notched the center fold of the skirt panel. Then I am going to stitch a gather stitch on the top edge so I can fit it on the yoke. I repeated the same thing to the back skirt panel. Then stitch right along here, and I'm also going to overlock the raw edges to make it nice and clean. Then I match the right sides of the skirt and I'm going to stitch it right along the side seam. Same with the yoke. I also gave it a good press and it looks nice already. Now it's time to add the side zip. Now it's time to sew the back seam, secure the ends of the zipper, and trim off the excess zipper. Now I am going to finish the yoke. I match the facing on the right side of the fabric. Then I will stitch it on the side seam and on the top edge. Just be sure that the seam allowance is folded in. I understitch the facing to make sure that the fabric will stay inside. I also give it a good press. And then I'm going to fold in the seam allowance right here, and then I am going to hand stitch it. After that is done, I finish the hemline and the skirt is complete. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you will leave a comment down below to boost my videos. Thank you so much again, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!